Hey everyone, welcome back. In sales, we're often told it's all about closing, pushing, getting that yes no matter what. But what if there's a better way? So what if the real key to success is not in the techniques, but in your mindset? What if it's about creating an environment where the customer can feel free, where they can feel empowered, where they can feel in control? And so that's what the kick is all about in sales inception. It's this idea that it's not flashy tricks or high pressure tactics. It's really about disrupting what's ordinary for them, about challenging some of the things that they assume. It's really about capturing your prospect's attention by creating a space where ultimately they can feel safe, where they can feel heard, where they can feel respected. And so to do that, and I think this is important in any sales role that someone could have, it starts with being aware of who you are as a salesperson. Are you approaching your conversations with genuine curiosity and a desire to help? Are you truly focused on finding what your customers' needs are? Or are you bringing in your own baggage, like your own anxiety, your own need to make the sale into the interaction? And if you're feeling stressed or pressured, take a few deep breaths, center yourself, remind yourself of your purpose. Hey, I'm here to serve. I'm here to guide. I'm here to empower. And I think the first time I remember early in my sales career, someone called it commission breath. Sometimes we show up so worried about making the sale, about proving our point, not making it about the client or prospect, and that is felt. And so if you can show up and free yourself of those feelings, really show up believing, hey, my job is to serve. My job is to guide. My job is to empower. It makes such a difference in those conversations you have with people. Now, one of the things we teach, or that I teach and help people with, is creating a sales totem. So really creating a document or creating language or words that embodies what your true values are and your aspirations as a salesperson. That way you have something that can ground you and remind you of what it is you're trying to accomplish, what the value it is you're trying to bring to others. And one thing I'd like to talk about too is framing the conversation. So it's not just important that we show up in a way that can empower them, but also help them feel empowered. And we can do that by the language we use in our conversations. And so at the beginning of a conversation, this is where you can create a safe and collaborative space. So you can clearly outline the purpose of your interaction and then emphasize their input, their concerns, and let them know at the end of the day, they're going to have the power to choose. And so you can give your prospect a sense of control and autonomy, and you can walk them through what to expect step by step. Offer them an opportunity to opt out at any point. When someone feels like the salesperson is allowing them to say no, allowing them to opt out if it doesn't make sense, and not have to wait for an entire presentation to go by first, like this builds trust, and really it reduces the anxiety that often comes with sales interactions. So an example of something you could implement in framing up a conversation with someone, in setting the stage for where the conversation is going to go, in creating maybe a guide that they can reference or feel some confidence on what you're going to talk about, is you could start by say something like, hey, I'm grateful for your time today. And before I tell you about my product or service, I really want to get to know you and what you're looking for so I can determine if this is a good fit or not. Like, you wouldn't want to move forward with something that doesn't make sense, would you? I love asking it that way, allows them to tell me no. Another thing you might say is, hey, my goal today is really just to help clarify your needs and explore some of your potential situations. I'll be asking you a lot of questions, really to get a deeper understanding of your situation. And if it seems like we're a good fit, I'll share how I think we can help. If not, I'm going to be honest, let you know, and probably point you in another direction or provide another resource. So notice how these statements give the customer a sense of choice, a sense of agency. It can help them feel early on that they're not being pressured, that they're not being manipulated, that they're being invited really to participate in what can be a collaborative experience. And so let's talk about these powerful opening questions and statements. Your goal is to pique their curiosity, to challenge some of their assumptions and make them eager to learn more, but also to gently guide them towards a place of what I like to call self-discovery. And so, instead of starting with a generic greeting of, hey, how are you doing today? Really, that one, it lowers your status. Two, that's how everyone starts a conversation. Another thing you might start with is, hey, what if I told you there's a way to double your sales in the next 6 months? Or have you ever wondered why your competitors might be outperforming you? That's a way better question. That would get me excited to have a conversation with a salesperson, is if they started with that and not with, oh, how's today going? So another question you could ask, maybe more specific to their situation, is, hey, what's the biggest challenge you're facing in your business right now? Or if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about your current situation, what would it be? These are questions we can ask very quick after getting started. So one, this idea of the kick, going back to the movie Inception, the kick is what wakes them up to reality. So you want a reality that, hey, I'm here to serve, and you want them to wake up to the reality that, hey, I have an option to decide whether or not I'm going to move forward with this today. And so the kick's really about creating a sense of empowerment and also creating some intrigue and some excitement. So it's about establishing a foundation of trust, a foundation of collaboration. It's about making sure your prospect feels comfortable, making sure they feel heard, making sure they feel empowered, and really making the best decision for themselves. So master the art of the kick, and you'll set the stage for a successful sales interaction where your prospect feels understood and eager to explore new possibilities. What I found is the better I do at the beginning of my conversation of helping them feel, no pressure, because honestly, I think that's why most of us hate sales, is we hate the pressure. We hate to know we're going to have to make a decision, right? And if I can alleviate that pressure and help them feel that early on, and then help them see this is what we're going to talk about and where we're going to go, it just creates so much more peace of mind. And the analogy I like to compare it to is, if you were in a foreign country, would you just jump on a tour bus with no idea where it's going or what you're going to see or how long it's going to be? No, that'd be crazy, right? And so don't do that to your clients. When you have a sales conversation, tell them what to expect, how long it's going to take, where you're going to go, and then follow what you say you told them you're going to do. And that builds so much trust and really establishes you as a professional. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm the Everyday Sales Leader, and this is your daily dose of Sales Inception.